Sheesh. It's a hell of a sesh, man. Yeah. Where that? What you got? 6K for the denim, we don't worry about snakes. I'm immune to the venom, no Cartier shades, my eyes look nuts. 7 grams in a blue rocket, man, it burns up. I threw the bags in the truck, when the times get rough, I go harder than before and get right back up. I never quit, cold flip, your boy touched a honey bun. I got my money up, I'll go to war with anyone. Send a box, seal the cash, when the Fetty come, I felt it in my gut. The universe is trying to tell me something. You gotta trust your gut sometimes. Been on a wild run, playing with state lines, it takes time. It'll come if you work for it. A new watch, I traded him some work for it. A new trust for my kids, so a couple $1 million in the bank, and forget. Real flex, taking trips from a mini-me. Dad life until my little one is sick of me. Me and Marty burned a zip and made some content. We on some positive shit, fuck the nonsense. We go state to state with the loud. They smoke good when we around. Where the missile burn it down, drop it off and turn around. I'm really in my bag, I'm blessed to be alive. I'm still here and I'm glad.
Yeah, blowing smoke out, thinking about my life. Thinking about the moments that make me feel like I'm alright. The rules from those wrists every time I roll the dice. Like if I don't bubble off this plate, I might cut off the lights, yeah. What's a blessing if you don't appreciate it? Still plotting on the million, but still feel like I made it. And I get love where I'm from, it's always reciprocated. Shit, I'm at IBs on Telegraph in Berkeley, hella faded, yeah. Through the ups and downs, I always stayed afloat. With my back against the ropes, a nigga learn to rope a dope. Shit, my only competition, cause I'm my only hope. Only God can judge me and I know. Visions are rolly switching, chasing chicken, touching down, hitting different beaches, turning to living. New spot got 3 stories, I'm rooftop chilling. Cookie pack blowing out the vibe, this shit is sticky, icky, icky, yeah.
Hey, back against the wall, but you can't tell, nigga.
Yeah, I'm burned. California thing, you already know what it is, man. Hello? I don't wanna die young, I'm trying to live. Make it home back to the wife and the kids with this police right behind me. And everybody tripping, everybody slipping. I had to pop the clip and late night trips, really like a suicide mission. They smile in my face when I leave, they dissing. Fuck a rat, let them rot in the cell. They mad cause my pocket's swell, I'm playing with the mail. 300,000 in the duffel bag, yeah. We celebrate when the money land, yeah. I'm all across the state, switch the license plate, throw the old one in the lake. This is a real game. Direct shit got the prices back up. Ooh, hit the BM, time to stack up. We the real ones, they'll never tax us. Mafia, yeah, bulletproof black truck. All the talking, they just dogs just barking. I told them fuck you, pay me, fuck you, pay me. Yeah, plenty options, I got 20 different watches. I said fuck you, pay me, fuck you, pay me. Yeah, can't stop, you know I'm about my guap. I'm like fuck you, pay me, fuck you, pay me. Bitch, Big Burn, the original plug. I said fuck you, pay me, fuck you, pay me. Yeah,
move pounds and pray every single day on the road. Thank God I was chosen this thing of ours. I was composed on the road, I didn't think to choke when I was spoken to, even though they cannot too. And I took a rip off the dab, drew about 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes before I pulled into the road. And that's where you think you're about to go. I said Cheyenne, I thought I was toast, toast, toast. Praise to the Most High for getting us by in the most difficult of times. This is your time to shine, so just recline, let your light shine. He'll do the grind, all we have to do is shine. All we have to do is smile, all we have to do is style. All we have to do is rhyme, all we ever do is prime. All we ever do is dope, put your rollers in the sky. All we ever do is smoke, yeah.
all the talking, they just dogs just barking. I told them fuck you, pay me, fuck you, pay me. Yeah, plenty options, I got 20 different watches. I said fuck you, pay me, fuck you, pay me. All the talking, they just dogs just barking. I told them fuck you, pay me, fuck you, pay me. Yeah, plenty options, I got 20 different watches. I said fuck you, pay me, fuck you, pay me.
Moving pounds, it was all I ever good at. Making sounds, that's how I always would at. Making rounds with the pounds in the biz at. Making sounds, that's how I always would at. Moving pounds, that was all I ever knew. Making sounds, that's all I could do. With the pounds in the back, I held true with the dopeness of dope. That's how I knew that I got this dopeness. And this isn't some cheap trick, I'm about to blow trick, so you can have it if you don't like it. Cause this, that shit I'm on one, bitch, you can have it. Rockstar lifestyle is a habit. Fucking nasty, those are facts, bitch. If you don't like it, relax, bitch. You can have it back, bitch. When I'm done, you can have it.
I told him, fuck you, pay me, fuck you, pay me. I said, fuck you, pay me, fuck you, pay me, yeah.
What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Just doing a little quick live stream. I believe, just to give you guys an update, I believe this will be the last live stream from this area. For those of you who don't know, this is a basement of a house that I've been renting. I've been looking for a house for 2 years. Finally found something. We close next week, so hopefully we moved in. I've got to get the office all set up, dude. I've got so much stuff put on the walls. But anyways, probably won't be live streaming much next week. And really, I've been live streaming much just because we've been trying to close on the house. So much going on, so much packing, so much moving stuff. So my apologies in advance. But once everything gets settled and situated, dude, we'll be good. We'll be live streaming. We'll have a clean setup. Really cool stuff going on. So I'm excited for all that. But first and foremost, what's up, CSE? How you doing? Dunwreck Shorts, what's up, dude? Happy for you, man. Now it's cool, man. I'm excited, but we've got a lot of stuff we have to do. The first thing we're doing is ripping up the floors and replacing them. Nothing wrong with the floors. There's just carpet in some of the rooms, and we're having it replaced with hardwood. I don't know why people put carpet in their house. It's just no. It's a no for me. I don't know if you can see him, but that's one of the dogs back there. Between him and the other one, they'll just completely ruin carpet within a couple months. So I'm just going to focus this live stream on Bitcoin. Not saying like I don't care about the S&P 500. Obviously, guys, I'm still targeting this red and possibly the blue area for a bounce and continuation. Obviously, the war volatility, oil volatility, everything's making the S&P move slightly to the downside. That's usually what happens at first. Fortunately, but unfortunately, war is a bullish event for the market. It stimulates the economy. So we should see the market continue to go up, but you're just seeing that initial volatility. Hardwood is the best. Carpet gets dirty. Yeah, and I'm even considering the LVT stuff because it's so much less expensive and it looks just as good. I also believe it's more durable, or like the problem with hardwood is it's so nice that if you take dog claws, they'll just ruin it. So we might just do the LVT. There's hardwood in the house too. Like a big section of the house is hardwood, and then a big section is carpet. Like there's probably 1,500 square feet that's just carpet that I have to tear up and replace. I bought a big house. So it'll be cool, man. I'll show you guys. Maybe one of these live streams, like I'll take you on a little tour. I don't really like to expose where I live just in case there are crazy people out there, but maybe we'll do something like that. At least show you guys the office. The office is pretty sick. All right, yeah, I really just want to focus on Bitcoin, and really the main theme behind that is there's so many posts I've seen on X that are like, the bottom's in, Bitcoin's going up, the bottom's in, the bear market has bottomed, and, we've talked about a lot of different things on this channel, and one being like the consistency of Bitcoin's bear market history. So there's 3 things that Bitcoin has always done. And I'll actually draw this on another chart because you can't see it on this chart. We're going to pull up the monthly. There's 3 things that Bitcoin has always done. Every single bear market. The first being minus 80%. We at least go down. Okay, minus 80% near. We'll just put near 80% drop. Right? These 50%, these are different. That's a different. I'm actually going to remove those. That's 50% from a certain moving average. But you can see from top to bottom, 87%, 84%, 79, almost 80%. So about 80% drop every single bear market. No surprise. 2, RSI on the monthly hits 40. 43? What is this? Yeah, 43. So big, pretty big, right? Hitting that 43. Well, we've hit it once. That doesn't mean that we've bottomed, because it obviously in 2022, we went far below that point. And what is this, 2015, we hit that point several times. And then even in 2019, technically we hit it twice, right? We had 3 months here where we actually went slightly below it, but we hit it 43. Another thing, and I guess you could say 4 things. So MACD returns to the norm, and returning to the norm is this neutral point between, your bullish and your bearish zone. Every single time we hit that neutral point. You can actually see it further in Bitcoin's history if you go down. And I expand this further. Almost every single... it's going to be tough to see because the indicator's not grabbing anything for the monthly. So we'll just look forward. I'm not really too concerned about when Bitcoin first came around, because obviously indicators are less... Like the monthly indicator is going to give you a really hard time earlier in history rather than future, because there's no data to base it off of. The fourth thing, and you could tie this into other things, there's usually a lot of volume when we bottom, right? Whenever you find that macro low, there's lots of volume relative, and you can even use a weekly for this. Almost every single time we've bottomed, lots of volume, right? Lots of volume again. You can even argue, this is still pretty toppy, so I wouldn't count that, but lots of volume. And then obviously in 2022, lots of volume at that bottom again. So let's go back to our other chart. Pull up the monthly. I believe the last thing. So again, you could say divergences. You can say a lot of other things. Usually there's a capitulation event, right? We saw it in 2017. The what was that? Bitfinex, which I can't remember the name of it, but basically the 6 to 3K drop capitulation event. That was the what exchange got hacked in 2018, and I think the lawsuit paid out last year. Hold on. I don't know why I'm forgetting this. Check 2018. Let's just look it up. Come on. There's a big exchange. What big exchange got hacked 2018? Dude, am I tripping? Why is this not giving this to me? Wasn't Bybit. Which exchange was it? Someone please answer me. I'm losing my mind and Google's not helping out at all. Was it Bybit? No, it wasn't Bybit. Yeah, FTX was in 2022. That was the 17 to 15K drop. Mt. Gox. Is it Mt. Gox? MT Gox? Mt. Gox. I always say Mt. Gox because I think it's funny. Mt. Gox, you're right. That was the big hack in 2018 that caused us from 6 to 3K. I believe those payments started going through a year or two ago. And then 2022, obviously, we had the FTX. We had the FTX drop, which took us from 21 all the way to 15. I'm not zooming in here, but FTX hack 21 all the way down to 15, big capitulation event. A couple other things I want to point out, and throughout the stream, you'll hopefully learn something. These higher time frame indicators throughout Bitcoin's history have become more and more reliable because there's more data to base them off of. I'm still a little uncomfortable with the monthly, like saying monthly divergences or monthly reversal signals, but I do really like the weekly. So let's take a look at current, and then we'll look at 2022, and there's a couple things I want you guys to see. So again, why do I think the bottom's not in? Well, look, at the end of the day, there is a chance the bottom could be in. I could be completely wrong. But if I'm trading based off of what my chart tells me, what my system tells me, what's worked in the past, then I have no reason to buy right now. There is no reason for me to start entering this market. The reason for entering the market in 2022, and again, remember the 4 things we talked about, right? We had the monthly at 43, we had high volume, we had divergences, we had a MACD reset on the monthly. Check this out. As we formed this bottom, even with that capitulation event as well, what do you start seeing forming here? Right? You have a momentum shift and you have RSI divergences with a lot of volume. Shows buying, right? Lots of volume at the bottom means people are accumulating. That is accumulation, believe it or not. Now, some of this was wash trading, but either way, still a lot of accumulation, lots of divergences, lots of volume. We had the capitulation event. Again, all 4 of our statuses, or I guess our requirements, are being checked. Fast forward to 2025, 26, right? We're just barely into 26. Really, this started in the back end of 2025. From a volume perspective, now you could say, oh, well, Roman, we have a lot of volume. Well, that's a lot of volume from a drop, not from bottoming. Not to mention, we really don't have a bottoming structure. This looks more like consolidation. On top of that, we have no momentum divergences. We have no RSI divergences. I guess we have a small momentum divergence here. So the key takeaway is we are close to the bottom. Right now, close meaning we're between probably $20,000 and $30,000 from bottom. In my opinion, I still think we hit 50K. I still think 38K is potentially on the table, but that's pretty low for my liking. Let's see. 2018 drop was caused by miners and Bitcoin forks like Coincatch. Yeah, but I also thought it was caused by Mt. Gox. What about oil skyrocketing? Even if the theory of war stimulates innovation, high oil prices destroy the economy. Well, the reason why oil skyrocketed, but oil dropped by 35% yesterday, is because Iran is starting to put mines in the Strait of... I'm going to mess up the name so bad. But basically, Iran controls the strait where oil comes out of, like Qatar and all these other Middle Eastern countries. I might even get some of the countries wrong, but Iran controls that. And when they don't allow oil out, obviously the supply of oil is going to go down, which is going to make, even if demand stays the same, it's going to make price rise, right? If supply dwindles. That's why oil went up. I think when the war, not even the war gets settled, I think oil is going to drop within the next month. Guys, and look, take this as me just saying what's happening. I don't have a bias. I won't tell you my bias. But Iran is getting blown to bits. Like, it is monumentally obvious that Iran's getting blown to bits. Again, I'm not saying that's right or wrong. But if Iran's trying to control an area, right, where oil comes out, don't you think the U.S. is going to blow them to bits there and stop them? They probably already are, which is why oil's dropping by 35%. So, again, like, I know oil spiked for... I've seen oil already drop 30 cents where I live. So I'm not too concerned about oil. I think that was Hormuz. I was going to say hummus, but Hormuz. Yeah, you're right. Recently bought 61 and sold 67.5. I got spot bids 43 and 47K. It could happen. Again, I'm not trying to say it won't. I'm pretty confident we'll hit 50K if we don't. It is what it is. But I don't see any signs to buy. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, all these people, and this is what a lot of these charts will look like, right? It'll be some gigantic line that looks something like this. And they're like, oh, look, the bottom's in. So, here's my thing, as we talked about the 4 things that Bitcoin has to do, right? The only thing that's happened so far is the monthly has hit 43 RSI, which just because it hits it once doesn't mean it won't hit it for several months or again. Among that, we don't even have any other signs, right? We don't have any divergences on the weekly. We don't have any momentum loss on the weekly. Volume hasn't changed at all to the downside, right? My point is, one stupid diagonal line does not mean the bottom's in. right? Doesn't mean shit. It's just someone posting for clicks, which is really unfortunate because people will fall for that. You have to take into account everything else that's happening. Let's say we have 10 indicators, right? And to take the trade, I need at least 6, maybe 6 to 7 indicators to like agree, right? I need six to 7 indicators to say, okay, the trade's good. Well, if I see, 3 to 4 indicators that are yes, and then the other 6 to 7 are no, I'm not going to take the trade, right? This is that case. Let's say we have 5 indicators that say, okay, we're probably close to a bottom. We're seeing, evidence of selling exhaustion, right? And I'm going to backtrack further. Let's say only one. So we said we have like 4 to 5 that mark that. Let's say we have 1 indicator, maybe 2, right? And one's a random line that we could draw from anywhere, right? The random line plus the monthly. I'm not even giving the random line a lot of weight. It's just a random line, right? So, we have 1 out of 5 indicators. Why are you taking that trade? Why are you taking that risk? You need at least 3, 4, maybe 5 of 5. Because here's the thing, guys. In recent history, Bitcoin has actually been pretty relatively easy to buy near the bottom and sell near the top. And I can prove it to you. And this is really where the last part of the stream I want to talk about today. Again, today's a quick one. I do apologize. I've got to spend the rest of the day packing. But here's what I'm talking about. For anyone that says like the top, okay, and I want to point this out. Selling the exact top and buying the exact bottom are impossible. But finding the areas in which we top and bottom is not very hard. Right? In 2022, and look, I'm going to wipe out this second high. I know, I know we got that second high again, but it was a second high. You had a blessed chance to sell again. I think that was just pure luck. But on this original high to 65K, what do you notice that starts happening, right? Start to make those divergences. We also start to see volume drop off substantially from 22K, or excuse me, not 22K, from the 40K high all the way to 65. You start to see this kind of MACD switch. You also have a massive head and shoulders on the daily and the weekly, right? There's 4 indicators right there. I can go into a dozen more. If you look into fundamentals, some of the most Bitcoin of all time was being sold between 50 and 60K, right? So there's a dozen signs right there. Not a dozen. There's like 5 for being realistic. But there's a dozen more signs I could pull out without, I'd probably have to add a couple more indicators, but I'm just trying to keep things simple today. Let's look at the bottom in 2022, 2023. What happens? Well, 1, we have a massive descending wedge, right? 2, lots of volume, lots of buying happening. Whereas each of our other kind of lows here were very low volume, right? Telltale of a bottom, right? Then we have divergences here. Price moving down, RSI moving up. You have momentum divergences. Momentum's starting to move up. Price is moving down. Amongst a descending wedge, which is a bullish reversal pattern, right? All the time in the world. And here's the other thing, guys. We talk about our 4 signals that say, hey, if this happens, Bitcoin's bottomed. If this if this, and this happened, Bitcoin's bottomed. We went down nearly 80%. The monthly hit 43 RSI, right? We talked about the 1 month and hitting that 43% or 43 RSI level, right? MACD completely resetting, right? We had a capitulation event. We have high volume. Everything was there for that bottom. So anyone sitting here telling you, oh, the bottom was impossible to catch. Okay, yes. The exact bottom is very hard to hit. Very, very difficult. But you could have been buying anywhere in here and you'd be a winner. You're still a winner today, right? Fast forward, 2025 top. What's happening? And you guys know, if you're a longtime follower of this channel, of my X page, of this stream, you know I've been pointing this out for, I pointed out for a year what was going on. I sold here, right? I sold right there. I sold it like 98K. Was it the top? No. Was it damn near close? Yes. Where was I buying? I was buying down here. I've made 500% on my money. I made $1 million. I made over $1 million, right? Over 500%. Killed it. Did great. Awesome, right? Okay, was it the exact top? No, but why? Here's what happens. These two peaks right here, this is normal. Now look what happens. From peak, so I guess from A to B to C to D, right? From A to B, we're good. From B to C, divergence. From C to D, divergence. The difference between C and D, right, from top to top was 15.88%. The difference between where I sold in the top of D, which again, the odds of you selling the exact top, like people that, it's funny, I get attacked for this. Like, oh, you didn't sell the exact top, you missed 30%. Okay, sorry. It's impossible. It's like buying a lottery ticket, right? Minimal. There is a minimal difference, and I didn't have any risk, right? Long-term capital gains, my average is somewhere between 17 and 18K. Again, just a massive, easy game. Easy. Right? So there are 3 macro market movements that all had very similar signals, right? Divergences, momentum divergences, volume, reversal patterns. You could even argue that some of this, like this breakdown, there's your reversal, right? Not that complicated. None of this is that hard. I'm telling you. So what are we looking at in the future? And this is where I'm going to take a couple minutes, maybe answer some questions and close out the stream. What are we looking for? Well, we're looking for the exact same things that we've looked for the last 5 years, even longer. And I'm just going to delete some of this just so the chart's clean. But check this out. Let's get rid of that. What are we looking for? What we're looking for is a retest and another drop. Retest, bam, there's your first divergence. Now, that doesn't mean this is the low. In 2022, we formed several divergences, right? We actually dropped. We actually have a slight divergence here, right? And then we drop again, make another divergence, and we dropped here. So, you know, when you start making those divergences, if you bought that exact bottom, you're only off by, again, 13 to 15%. Not a big deal, right? Not a big deal at all. So what am I looking for? You know, something like this, where we get divergences. Now, I know, look, this is a textbook drawing. I don't think it's going to play out exactly like this, but this is what you're looking for. You're also looking for, right? You have the entryways of MACD starting to form momentum divergences, but that's not everything. We could definitely tick this up again. There aren't that many indicators to convince me that this is meaningful yet. Again, if you have one indicator of 10, that doesn't mean shit. We're looking for this, right? We're looking for this to tick up while price ticks down. That is another sign of selling exhaustion. And among that, you know, that capitulation event that happens, if we get a lot of volume here, bam, there's the bottom. Do I know the bottom to the exact price? No. But can I DCA and absorb and, you know, buy between 50 and 38K? Let's say we go to 38K as the bottom. That's excellent. If you sell, you know, let's say your average is $48,000. You sell that for, you know, let's say Bitcoin goes to 180. Right? You just made 450%. What are you mad about? Right? That's 450% in a couple of years. Mind you, the stock market 100-year average is 10%. The gray stuff people overcomplicate, but sometimes you just have to wait and be patient. Dude, that's the biggest thing is also don't do this. Don't be this guy and go, oh my God, I need answers right now. I need to figure out, right? Or like, okay, now this is the exact opposite of what I'm thinking we're going to continue lower, right? But you'll see charts like, let's find, like you'll see charts like this. What the fuck is this? What is this random, like, okay, first of all, what the fuck is this indicator? 2, like I get the point, right? They're taking something and trying to say something. You know, I understand what they're saying, but what the fuck is this? How do you know someone didn't just draw this and post it and get, you know, 1.1K likes and all that? Let's see if we can find another one. Dude, there's so much trash on X these days. Oh, I gotta do the following probably. My For You is trash, dude. Like I really don't understand it. Let's see if I can find one. It's funny, I saw him this morning and now I can't find anything. Let me go to Peter Brandt's replied to some of them. I love his replies, they're great. Like you'll see, come on, dude. Like this. Like what, who the fuck, what even is this? Like, this is someone trying to post for clicks, post for views. You know, I bet this person has never traded in their life. Like, just sell when tech devs charts circulate. Yeah. Tech devs, he's a jackass. Like, when you see shit like and again, I'm trying to put myself in some of maybe your guys' shoes. If I'm like, oh my God, you know, Bitcoin's down. What do I do? I don't know. And then you see a chart like this, and you're like, oh, well, this, you know, this is what I think could happen because I'm thinking it and I'm emotional and I don't know how to control myself. Like, guys, take a step back and think logically. Do not use your emotions. So there's one of two options that could happen. One, this scenario could happen, right? There is always a chance that this could happen. But you have to remember that if you're going to be successful in any environment, you have to follow your system. You can't just bet on emotion. You can't just freak out because that's never going to get you anywhere. Look at like professional race car drivers. They're not freaking out. They're following a system. They're following what they've practiced a million times, right? Or any professional athlete. There is a system that they follow, and that's why they succeed most of the time. Is every time successful? No, but most of the time they succeed because they follow their system. This is garbage. Ignore this garbage dog water. This is just bullshit. Like, and then you'll see stuff like, let's see if I can find another one. Like, again, another person trying, like, what is this? What is it? Like, what is this? 2 lines, that's why we're going to go parabolic. And then, of course, he has some random coin, which is, I think this is Ethereum. Right? Oh, it looks exactly like Ethereum. Well, one, no, it doesn't. Just because you drew some diagonal lines. Actually, I think this is Bitcoin from, yeah, this is Bitcoin from way back. Guys, again, it is your best interest to block these people or just simply ignore them, because this guy who got 1,000 likes, 74, well, one, he's probably paying for views and whatnot. Ignore this shit. Don't let this influence you. Stick to your system, right? I just gave you 6 things to look at that have happened for the last 5 years every single time we've topped and bottom, right? Use that to your advantage. Bitcoin was made in 2008, the year of the rat. 2026 is the year of the horse. Enemy signs in Chinese zodiac. Feb 17th of 2027 will bring better energy for Bitcoin. Like, look, dude, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but whatever garbage that was, I'm not interested in that. Many took Peter Brandt's banana chart wrong. Yeah, no, his banana chart's saying we're gonna drop more. And once we get to the end of the 52-week bear market, it's literally 52 weeks every single time, top to bottom. Like, check this out. What is this? The bottom. So that's what, 52 weeks, top to bottom. Let's go back to 2019. Or sorry, 2017. 52 weeks, top to bottom. There's another thing. So where are we at now? So 52 weeks puts us October 5th, 2026. Guys, it's fucking March. You better have patience. That doesn't mean to start buying on October. You should be buying earlier if you're dollar cost averaging. But for the last every single bear market, it's been 52 weeks, a whole year. Right? We're in the 4th month of the year. October is the 10th. You have 6 more months. You have 6 months to gather your expenses, make a game plan, and prepare for the next bull run. Right? CZ got out of jail and all we did was go down. Yeah. I don't think CZ has a lot of influence on where Bitcoin goes. Guys, Bitcoin is a massive asset, and 3 of the largest holders are the US, Russia, and China. All right. I'm going to end it there. I got to go start packing stuff, make some food. Guys, if you have any questions post-stream, I have a Discord. I'll just show you. We have a Discord. It's free, right? Crypto chat. You can literally say whatever you want. This is a bot. We're going to ban this guy. This guy's getting banned. The cool thing about Discord is they are using IDs now, so there will be less bots. But yeah, we have Discord. You know, if you want to come in and ask a question, please don't spam me. You know, I'm human. I have a life too, but I'll answer you. You know, as long as you don't spam me, I'll answer you. Or unless it's like 5 in the morning, I'll try and answer when I wake up. But guys, hopefully next week, so we move in next Thursday, I'm hoping to have that office space. No, because I got to order the desk. So I'm going to try and... it's probably going to be a week or 2 until I stream. But I promise the next time I stream, it's going to be sick. With all that said, guys, always remember, be patient, users management, and good luck trading.